This here is Backwoods Billy coming to beautiful Delmarva Eastern Shore, talking about the Coffman Coffee Crown Valley Brewing Porter with coffee added. Now, Coffman Coffee is near them, Crown Valley Brewing Company. It says for best taste 54 to 57, typically 45 to 50 or 7 to 10 degrees Celsius is the serving temperature recommended. 30 to 35 IBUs is going to be in there, so 32 IBUs. 6.3 alcohol by volume. The Coffman Coffee Porter is a full-bodied with undertones of chocolate malt. We use our local roasted campfire coffee in the brewing process. The Coffman Coffee Porter is a steadfast as the names of the Coffman General Store located in Kaufman, Missouri. Now this is out of Missouri, brewing a Missouri legend, brewed and bottled by Crown Valley Brewing Company out of Jenneville, Missouri. CrownValleyBrewing.com. I'll put all the good stuff, drop it on down to what you're gonna get on here, but typically 4.8 to 6.5 ABV is going to be the typical for the BJCP style 20A, which is the American style porter. And with a porter, you're not going to get as much coffee notes. You're going to get more of your chocolate and toffee and caramel notes with it. 22 to SRM 40, which is your standard reference for your color, is the color in there. And in the days when this was, in England, they had the porters, and it was called that because the train porters and the porters from the hotels used to come in, and this is what they used to drink. And they used to even put milk in the beer to make it more fortified as like a nourishment. So, but they mainly drank this beer by itself as a porter. Now, this is an American style porter, so this will be slightly more hoppy, well within the range though, and it's going to be on the higher end of the ABVs, but not quite all the way to 6.5. What I like about this beer is they have a good beer cap that brands them. They got a good logo in the front, and that they're using a local coffee roast house to put the coffee additive into their beer. Now, they're using chocolate malts, and they're probably using some coffee malt, but this company claims using a lot of chocolate malts with it. If you have too much coffee notes, it's a fault and part of it. People know that now, but there's a little Crown Valley Brewing Company, nice little cap. We'll call it, in England they call it crowns. And this is a better, you can tell this if you ever take a look at the caps. The higher this seal and the more of an area that's around it, it's going to be a little bit better seal for the beer. Do our pour. Now the body in this can be medium to medium heavy. This poured about a half finger head real quick. I could probably got a whole finger if I just pushed on there. Carbonation of this looks to be about on the lighter side, like a light medium. Nice thick lacing. Would be considered a light tan head or a darker ecru head to it. The color on this is going to be slight amber tones to a darker brown color. So I would say this is just like if you poured coffee in the coffee pot in here, or a Coca-Cola. When you say more like a root beer.
Yeah, well, I was going to say Coke with some cherry hint. See how it's at the bottom?
Yeah, well, it's the amber color coming to it, which is typical of the style. But I would say root beer has that kind of a thing to it too. Anyway. You get the chocolate up front, reminds me of chocolate snowball as a little kid, the Hershey's chocolate from PA. A lot of rich coffee notes to this. Not only espresso, it's coffee. Coffee, caramel, sweet bready notes. A little bit fruity too, like a really very faint fruit in the background. I really can't pick it up. I can smell it. I just don't know what it is. Taste is more coffee forward, then chocolate, then your toffee notes, and then fading into the caramel. Very well done. You do get, anybody who doesn't like coffee, if you like coffee, you'll love this beer. There's the coffee, chocolate, toffee, then caramel. So you get the richness of the coffee without the bitterness And that's because when they add it, typically what you do is a French press method, in addition to the coffee, or a lot of people will put them over the beans and let it, dry hop it that way. The more efficient manner is to actually use a French press method, and both of them will take the bitterness out of the coffee to give you the coffee flavor out the bitterness. Now, Autocrat, which when we did the review of Narragansett's Autocrat Coffee Stout, they had the coffee syrup added to it. In New England, it's a big thing. They use the coffee syrup and like 2 tablespoons, a little bit of milk, to a glass of milk. I'll give them the coffee milk where they can heat it and have a coffee with it. Interestingly, that's who Starbucks has make their additive. So in essence, they use a French press method with the syrup. So very nice, very, very, very rich, medium body, leaning more towards a medium heavy body into it. Medium light carbonation on it. The head retention the head did not last long, so it's a low head retention on it. 6.3 is a little bit higher in the alcohol volume. It's not like a 7 or 9, but it is up there. And it's a darker beer. I think it's very well done. I'll give it a Backwoods Billy 2 thumbs up. Now, with this type of a beer, you could obviously get away with coffee cake, chocolate cake. You can get away with your vanilla pound cake, chocolate pudding, chocolate ice cream.
So desserts.
A lot of desserts. It'll also pair very well with a steak, a hamburger, a cheeseburger, on that type of thing. And I would say that if you got like a game meat, it would pair very well like venison. Elk would be okay to do with this as well. I wouldn't have a problem doing some of your game birds like duck and goose, but it wouldn't be the first pairing that I would choose with that. But it's a Backwoods Billy 2 thumbs up on this beer. 6.3% alcohol by volume. I'm going to click like, subscribe to Backwoods Billy Craft Beer Reviews. Forward us to your friends on social media like via Twitter, Facebook. What else is there out there? Google Plus, email. And you can check me out on Vino soon. Coming soon to Facebook. Everybody's unsubscribing. I still haven't figured out Facebook. But anyway, I got all the internet fuckers subscribed. Is that what it is? You think it's hilarious. Because of my age, being a male, Facebook recommends this crap for me. Whatever. Anyway, it's a Backwoods Billy 2 thumbs up. I'll put all the descriptions of the beer as far as the ingredients or what's in it in the description box, as well as the BJCP Style Guideline 28, more specific what it is and how to judge the beer from that. This meets all the notes of it. It's a 2 thumbs up. Have an awesome day, guys.